What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode here of Let It Ride. It is your co-host Brandon.
And it's
Or
Cam
Deco
here.
Now. We're rebranding.
Rebranding is Deco. Okay. Well, I'm Cam, and we are joined by returning special guest Jack Murray with some VeVe updates. Jack, thanks for hopping on.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. And I love the intro smiles. I really do. You just can't help it, you know.
It kind of got goofy. Yeah, Jack, I think that was you, because usually Deco
I love the intro smiles.
The stars, but then Jack was kind of smiling, and Deco.
Well, last time I was on, I rewatched the episode. The first thing I noticed was how giggly we all were right in the beginning when we got started.
Really?
So
okay, I wouldn't have even remembered.
I thought I would just point it out, and now we're settled in.
And for those of you randos watching, Jack's in the room right there.
Oh yeah, we are roommates. That's
26 true. Randos that are there.
Yeah.
So
but that's just side information, I guess.
Yeah,
they want to know about me. They can go watch the other video, get the vids up, make sure
I'll link it. I'll link it.
Gotta link it. Gotta link it. Amateur move not to link it. Gotta
like, subscribe, and comment.
For sure.
All right, to the regular scheduled programming.
Correct.
Last time we had Jack on, we did, I believe it was a live Voltron drop day.
What a day.
Oh yeah.
That was the day of the Halloween bar crawl.
Secret rare.
Ultra rare.
Right.
I don't know if that was Halloween bar crawl, dude.
Maybe it was.
I think that was when Zombie Ultra. That was when Zombie Spider-Man dropped. But totally useless.
Christmas bar crawl.
Christmas bar crawl.
Christmas bar crawl. That makes more sense. I like how we timeline our life on bar crawls.
Yeah.
St. Patty's bar crawls in a month, so that's the next milestone.
Anyway, yeah.
Back to VeVe.
Yeah, VeVe.
So basically, Jack, last time we saw you, you were brand new. So just, if you want to walk us through what you've been up to in VeVe since, if you could remember what was going on exactly that day or around that time frame, and kind of where you're at now, if you just want to drag us through what you've been doing.
Yeah, I think in the scope of helping out anyone who's kind of getting started as well, I can give a little more detail than I think we talked before, but I just started out with everything else. We were just trying to get comic drops. And I think at that point, it was usually just a Saturday or a Sunday, you'd have your blind box drop. So everything was just going casual. I wasn't really too invested, I would say. Obviously I was just kind of hoping for drops and enjoying having a little fun, I guess. But then I was at a restaurant at work one day, and I got on my phone during my side work. I was supposed to be setting up the kitchen, but I was looking for VeVe drops on the patio, and got a drop at the time when it was still possible. Hour later, I'm doing my shift. I pull my phone out and just open it up, and boom, secret rare. It was the Vision comic. Unreal. Lost my breath a little. I was like shocked. Didn't really believe it.
What were symptoms like? Heart racing, shaking? Like, what do we got?
It's slightly difficult to like really get excited because I'm at work and no one really understands. So even now, it's still hard to talk about. Not even hard, but you can't just talk VeVe and collectibles and even NFTs still somehow with most people. So I was very excited. I was like jubilated. I was jumping. I was like pumped in the back in the kitchen, but everyone was like, what are you so pumped about? And then I had to like simmer down and give a 10-minute exposition of like, okay, well, but essentially it was excitement. Heart rate was up. Couldn't really focus on work at the time, serving tables. Sorry to anyone who was getting served by your boy at the moment, but
I just got an NFT drop. That means anything to anybody.
Right.
No, it doesn't. Actually, I mean, to somebody, I guess.
I mean, when was this? That had to have been November?
Avengers 57, right?
Avengers 57.
When was that?
I want to say it was like 2 weeks after we last spoke. So if anyone has a date on that, I guess.
I think we started in November, so it was probably like December time. I think.
Yeah, I would say December time.
Yeah, but either way, I don't know if people barely know now. They definitely didn't know then. You know what I mean about anything. Yeah. I mean, so yeah. So what'd you do with it? You got it. You got the NFT. You got the comics.
I got it. It sat at 575, I would say, for a little while, and a little while is not really that long, but in at least the time frame I've been involved. And then I just kind of got thinking about what I wanted, and I was really into the zombie Spider-Man. I still am. I think they're really cool, just in terms of what it is. It's from the What If. Like, you could see it at some point in the future. Like, he could be a multiverse of I mean, I don't know. I think it was a cool, and it's just a one-time moment. It was during, I don't know. I like the collectible a lot, so I wanted to get it, and it was affordable. I think at the time it was like $375 for the ultra rare, and maybe not that high, but
simpler times.
And the common was $60, like drop price. It was absurd. So I think I talked to you guys in a group chat and just pulled the trigger, sold the comic, and bought those two things.
You had the set.
Yep.
I had the set.
Wow.
So that was the thing. I had that set. I don't think I bought anything else. I might have just had gems sitting because nothing was happening at the time. Not crazy, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And then about 3 days later, all hell broke loose, and I had a 400 gem set that was now worth 1,200. Wow. And everybody had stuff that was worth a lot more than prior. I know you guys have probably spoken numerous times on the blog or on the podcast, rather. The pump was wild.
So was this the big pump we were all chatting around?
This was the first second week of January. Yeah,
right, the great pump of January.
The great pump of January. I had the zombies. I was in Dallas with my girlfriend at the time, which kind of stunk because being able to just go next door to you and talk about everything I was thinking about doing, because I guess I haven't gotten there yet, but there were mistakes made. Would have been easier than just texting in the chat.
We will get to those. Yeah, we will get to
just texting in the chat and being like, I think I'm going to make this move, whatever. So then everything skyrockets, and I'm sitting there, and I think we were just discussing everything pretty much. Like, we created the separate chat, and we were just, the three of us were just going nuts. Like, I think just to get through work, like nonstop, we're just talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I was getting updates about like when the great pump had, like, you and your brother every 10 minutes would just send a random collectible or a random comic and be like, Fantastic Four 5, 375, like just throw it up. It would just go up. Like, and then the anxiety, the stress.
It's stress.
So high. It was
absolutely
brutal.
Stress.
And I was in my head, I was 3x. I don't know. And we were just discussing the mighties at the time. And I think we were all kind of like, well, I think it's going to keep going, but where's the real value? So I think in my head, I had something that was valuable now. So I wasn't really like, I got a secret rare, which is great, had some value. I wasn't putting my own money in, which was even better.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to a point there where I had some value. I was like, oh, I'm actually doing something here. And I think I was overthinking it. Like, I should have just not touched it. I'd probably be sitting better if I had the zombies still. Or
I think the ultra's down to 1,000.
So even then, maybe not, but well, we'll get all the way back around eventually. Right. But so we just were talking about the mighties, and we were talking about the 5 collectible sets. I figured out I could get 4 out of 5 minus the ultra rares, minus Doom and Red Skull, and have 300 gems left over. So and at that point, I think Red Skull was like 450. So I was like, all right, well, I can either put 150. I was put like $150 in, or I was less than $200 short. So I was like, all right, I get a drop, or I just invest. Whatever. I was very close to finishing at least one and then setting my eyes on the second. And I think this was also, as everything was booming, and I made the decision, but then it just surpassed everything we ever expected. So I sold the zombies. I bought the 4 out of 5. I have both mighty sets, and with my eyes set on Red Skull first, then Doom after.
Right,
and then they
Red Skull was cheaper.
And then they were both 2K. Like, they were both just, granted, I had increased my own value because the mighties and everything were up, continuing to rise. But it got to a point where Red Skull and Doom were out of the question. So I just kind of got like, not disappointed, but I just was less invested at that moment in time.
Right.
So I stopped. I tuned myself away to the craze. Everything was going nuts. I was like, all right, I gotta stop spending all day long staring at VeVe prices.
That must be a nice state, like peaceful state of mind you must have.
It was okay.
Me don't have that.
I'm still not really there. I guess I'll finish the story, and then we can kind of reflect on everything.
Sure.
we got to the point when you were into the Disney golden moments, and it was just like focus on the grails. And that was kind of everything I'd learned was higher value things are probably better. Sets are good, obviously, but like, and then at the end of the day, like invest in what you like. So I kind of saw the common Spider-Man as something I always wanted. Just it's the first thing you see when you open the app. And we were all talking about it's one of the ones it's one of those collectibles you want to have. And looking at everything comparatively priced, like I could have maybe gotten the zombie back at the time, but I don't know. I just thought I need to stop thinking about this. Having 4 out of 5 of the sets is meh, like, and especially because I didn't really like all of those collectibles. Like the Steve Rogers was great value. I wish I still had it. Great value, and I liked it. I loved the Falcon one. John F. Walker was boring. Bucky was super boring. The Fantastic Four ones, besides Torch, I would say just weren't great overall. So I just said, all right, I'm over this. I'm selling, sold them all, bought Common Spidey, had some leftover cash, bought ASM 1, is that what it was? Right.
Oh,
it was
right.
ASM
Yeah,
1.
I forgot you did that. Nice.
Made that decision. Almost got 2. Should have done that, but I guess it hasn't.
Okay.
It's come down a little bit, but got one of those and then was out. And then last week I got back in because I wanted that Gwen Stacy really bad, but then I got back out. So that's where we're at now. I got Spidey, I got Gwen Stacy, I got a couple comics here.
So you bought a Gwen Stacy. You bought the Spider Gwen. Oh, nice.
So he's got Spidey. Got Spidey. He's got Spider Gwen, and he's got ASM 1.
Is that your
ASM 1? No, I also have Journey into Mystery, the Loki one, and then I have a Darkhawk 1 uncommon, but it's like mint. It's like mint 700.
Oh, sweet.
Wow.
And then I have like 3 other comics. I think I still have the Amazing Spider-Man with the Red Goblin. Is that what it was?
Carnage.
Oh, 798.
I got that. I got that common.
Was that a 70K drop?
No.
No, it was 50, I think.
50?
30.
Yeah, it was 30.
Oh, and then my first ever Tales of Suspense 57 Hawkeye. That one I have common. That was the first one I got. Right. So 5 comics, 2 collectibles, and much less eyes on screen at the moment.
That's 5 for the better for now.
It's a nice looking vault though.
So that is not bad. I mean, considering, how much so like for the users, just so you, obviously it's different because you were able to get drops back in the day and those are obviously a lot harder now, but have you put in even $100 into this app or no?
Yeah, I would say so. I think I probably had 100 in. That's what I was saying before. It's probably just under, just over before Gwen Stacy. And then last week, I think I probably put like 50 more in.
So you didn't sell off to buy Gwen. You just put in.
I sold 1. I had gems and then I just topped it off to cover it. Like it was rising when it happened. I got it like 120, which is a little high, but.
What's the rarity? I don't know the rarity for Spider-Gwen.
I think it's common.
Might be common. I don't know.
Common. I thought it was common. It is common.
It is common. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. I don't know. I just think it's another cool collectible.
No, I think it's dope too.
And she's gonna come in the new. She's in the new Across the Spider-Verse.
She's in the movie,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
I think we talked about this in our previous video. As a good pickup. I mean, any of those. We love the Mighties. We love the Mighties. Right.
Yeah, we do like the Mighties.
I do. And looking back, I do too. I think at this point, if I were to get investing again, or if I were to run into $5,000, like whatever it may be, I would try and pick and choose the Mighties that I like, and I would get back. Like I'd want to get Steve Rogers back. I'd want to have Falcon. I'd want to have Torch, and I guess that's because they're valued, but also like they're cool, and the Spider-Gwen one's cool as well. I also, this common Spidey I think is really cool too. The Mighty Spidey, and I know there's so much Spider-Man stuff
dropping too,
where it might be like kind of, I don't know, might be a little bit like flux with Mighty's material and Spidey material, but I think it's a pretty cool looking collectible, and I think it's got some value for sure.
Dico, you said it dropped. What it was at 160?
He was saying the price is dropping. It's below 200 now for Spidey.
It was at 160 when we did the video.
I think it's down to 130 now too.
Wow.
I'll let you know.
So I mean,
let's get a live update.
But yeah, I mean, if once we start getting more variations of each character, second appearance of Spider-Man, everyone's gonna know it. It could be the first appearance of Spidey in a Mighty. Who knows how many Spider-Man Mighties they're gonna come out with? Like.
Right.
Spidey Mighty variants, something like that. Who knows?
Right. So I'm trying to think what appearance this is of Spider-Man. I think it's 3, right?
Yeah, because we have zombie hunter.
collectible, the zombie, and then
Well, how does
You
that
could
work?
say
Because there's
zombie
also like the
hunter.
Ben Riley Spider-Man, isn't there?
So
Oh,
zombie
shit,
hunter
so
Spider-Man
4.
is the first appearance of zombie hunter Spider-Man. So technically not Spider-Man.
Really?
Zombie hunter is FA.
No way.
Yep.
No way.
Um,
And Ben Riley is FA as well.
Okay, interesting.
So this would be the official second appearance of Spidey.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
Official second appearance of Tobey Maguire. I feel like he's more Spider-Man than Peter Parker at this point.
I guess I'm too dumb to figure out what the price is, but I'm gonna stop staring at my phone and try and figure it out. But
That's right. No, dude, the
it's
market's
under.
still
It's
not-
got to be under 150, right? Which I
Market
think is probably a good
brands.
price.
Marvel Mighties. That's the way I go about finding it. So
Yeah.
Mighties, there we are.
He is 175 now.
Oh, so he's up.
all right.
Yep.
Hey, if you everybody listened yesterday, I made $15. So
Unrealized.
yeah, that's awesome. That's
No,
awesome.
but I think that's a decent set. That was a nice drop they had there. But
Yeah,
this
no,
point doesn't
I
even
thought-
matter. Can't even
It
get
was-
any drops, so it's like it's disappointing.
It's definitely tough nowadays. Wow, Deco, your Green Goblin's down to 685.
I know, dude. I was just looking at it right now. I don't know what to do. I need it. I don't know what to sell.
Wow. I mean, he's almost. I mean, he's not quite up there with Red Skull, but he's knocking on the door.
Almost half of Doom.
Red Skull 750.
Doom is almost 1100. If
Red Skull's way down. Weren't both Doom and Red Skull both above a K? Wow, I'm kicking myself over how much I
Yes.
sold Captain Carter for. Oof, you just hate to see that.
How much is
as we
she?
get closer to MCP,
She is 330 right now.
did you have a 130 mint or something?
I had a 126 mint. And I think I sold it for 330. Yeah.
All right, back
Again,
to
you
Jack,
can
back
always
to
be
Jack,
upset.
back to Jack.
Well, no, I mean, I think that kind of covers my stories. If you guys have any other questions pertaining to everything, fire away. I was gonna ask Cam I was just curious what he's been up to, considering
Yeah.
one, drops are kind of scarce. I guess you guys did get one comic last week, right? The two of you.
Yeah, but I got a common. He got uncommon. We got
Um,
crazy out of it.
And you're so invested in your golden moments. It's like, what are you doing now? You still stare
Yeah,
at prices, or you just
pretty
you
much.
just say,
Yeah, I am
hodl?
staring. I have a second common Spider-Man. That's kind of like my one sellable asset. Like I look to
Right.
basically like my current strategy for VeVe, which isn't great, is I need to get a secret rare, and then I need to sell my common Spider-Man. And
So,
then combine
right.
those two, and I should have about 2K, assuming common Spider-Man gets back to where I need him, and then I should have enough to maybe liquidate stuff, and then golden moments will be ripping at that point. So then I'll have to wait until they drop back down and hopefully get into the next cheapest golden moment is kind of the game plan for me. So I'm not going on a lot right now.
Well, I think that now that we've seen kind of our first full VeVe marketplace cycle, right?
Michael.
We've seen it kind of stabilize, and we've seen it absolutely settle down a little bit, but it stayed up for a good week or two. It held steady, and then it just slowly dipped down. But I mean, now the problem is we're just getting too many users.
And then but my problem for me specifically, it's a very me specific problem, is that the golden moments market is not following the overall market. Like the golden moments are very stabilized, which is an issue for me trying to buy them. So yeah, right now, Jack, I am in hodl.
It's good to have them,
right? Yeah, it's great to have them. I got 4 of them. I got my one common Spider-Man. I'm debating going after Steamboat Willie, but I just don't like giving up Spider-Man for something I'm not like 100% sure on. Like I am the golden moments. So no, you're right. I'm in hodl mode.
They have said something about Steamboat Willie potentially getting a tag, which I don't know much
He's
about.
Gonna get a tag. He's definitely going to get some sort of everything is going to get. I think everything will get like a very clear tag. Potentially. Like I think every single thing will be labeled as either FA or non-FA. Like I think it'll be very clear. Like
I don't know how that works. Blockchain.
I don't know either, but yeah, it's definitely possible. But yeah, no, Jamer, it's a boring life out here in the VeVe for me right now.
I didn't want to interrupt when we were talking just a second ago. So when we were talking about the cycle of the market, and I just remembered you guys, Deco, you specifically just going nuts about how it's always going up. It's never going to drop. It's and just the reason there was anxiety and stress was because it was self-inflicted by the group chats that we have. I remember I was so firm. I was like, it's going to drop. Like it has to stop eventually. Like we all have to be realistic here. And then I just got caught up in the swirl of it all, and it's just reflecting. But it's good to know. I mean, I'm glad I ended up where I am, because I could have made worse decisions, I guess, and gone after other things. Again, I still feel good about having a Spider-Man, a common Spidey, a good comic, a couple that I got myself on drops that I can always hold on to and be happy with. So obviously everyone always wants more, but I'm in a good spot. I don't have to do anything. I told Dico, I don't think I've gone for a drop in the past week and a half. Just busy and just CPA exams and just not even worrying too much. And it's just when we got into it, when you guys, I can't even imagine, but when I got into it, at least it was like, it felt like 50-50, even like 75-25. Like you had a comics you were going to get if you were paying attention. Collectibles were a little bit tricky. I didn't really have much success there, but now I don't know. I guess I've gotten very down on the drops, but I'm sure everybody is.
That's human nature. That's all. I know a couple of my friends too are the same way. But I guess my last question is like, not to end on a downer, but like biggest regret in the VeVe app. Like if there's one decision that you could take back and like not do or do that you were thinking about doing that you didn't do, like what would you, if you could narrow it down to one that keeps you awake at night?
It's tough. I want to say just selling Zombie Spider-Man in the first place. Okay. But I think, honestly, I don't think I lost in the sense of what I bought with the earnings also kept, like everything was rising. So it wasn't like I missed out too hard there. I think being so like jacked up, and I think the biggest regret probably is actually buying Spider-Man at, don't want to say number, but like
numbers are welcome here
at 1,200. Like buying it at 1,200 it seemed like, oh, this is a sure thing. And
I think I bought it 10 minutes before you.
Yeah. And then it's just like, well, now it's down to what? I mean, I feel good about it. I'm not.
It's in the eights. No, you're fine.
It's the regret in the sense that if I was smarter, I could have waited a week and bought it at 8 where it is now. Yeah, 900. Exactly. But at the same time, it's it happens.
So now let's get forward looking. Let's get forward looking, and let's see, what did you learn from your last 3 months on the app that you're looking forward to
implementing in future VeVe endeavors?
I think one is to not take it so seriously, which may be hard to
it's fake money.
Come out in a podcast. It's fake money. It's gems. It's also like, I don't know. You should always take things seriously, but I guess it's a good thing with everything in life. Like I put too much weight into it, like way too much thought, way too much care, in the sense that I was just like, it was consuming me. And because of that, decisions were made and things I wish I hadn't done were done. So I'd say just kind of leaning off a little bit, trusting your gut, because I wanted to make moves and I was like hesitant and would text you guys and wait for your response, and then I would do it. When if I had just done the thing, like I would have been fine. And also just patience. If you feel something, if you know that, like any market cycle, it goes up and it goes down. And I felt when it was going up, we were in the rising action. I was very on board with it will be down. I want to buy these things. But then because of, the climax, I didn't stay with it. But so, yeah, I would just say relax. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just, you can't make wrong decisions, really. Like you can, but you also, if you're investing, you're doing a good thing, right? The market's going up, you're going to go up, you're going to do well. If the market's going down, it's going to seem like everything's coming to an end. But just trust your gut, relax, and patience. Once the market comes, it always comes down, right? It always comes down. It always goes back up.
I hope you're right, and I think you're right as well. Not only do I hope, but I think you're right as well. So hopefully that's soon. We need that to be soon, like we do everything on this project. Hopefully it comes back up. So
It's always safe to buy into the ETFs of the market, aka your Disney Gold Moments, your Spider-Man, your Supermans, your Wonder Womans, your Batmans. So
Right.
I like
that's,
feeling safe.
Yep.
I
It's
feel
a
safe
good,
with what I have.
yeah. It's a good, you're content. And that's a good conclusion point to say, like, you know, be happy with what you have in your vault, appreciate it while it's there, because it's gonna go up and you're gonna eventually want to sell it and you're gonna have to fight yourself for it.
I don't know how we're saying this with what goes on with VeVe and with everything and everything. Like, we're still early. We are still early.
100%.
We are still very early.
100%.
So
Absolutely. Jammer, we'll obviously appreciate you coming on and sharing some of your ghost stories, your horror stories, and your positive stories with the VeVe community as well. So
absolutely.
we'll have you back on at some point, not so far down the line, maybe with some updates, some NTLs, what you're going to do when that happens. So maybe we'll see what's going on around those times. Who knows when they'll be, though. So.
Yeah, we'll see. But I appreciate you guys having me on. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on the video to help my boys out here. Keep boosting the channel. The only way it's going to skyrocket is if we fuel the tank. So
fuel the tank. All right. Appreciate it. Brandon, welcome.
And I'm Cam. Thanks for tuning in. And that's Jay Murray.
Adios.
Adios.
All right. Everyone speaks Spanish. Just adios. I don't know what's going on there. They live together or something. I don't know. Wild. Peace.
Adios.